Good afternoon. It's another movie soundtrack challenge or tag. This one from Daniel at Soundtracks with Birdman, which he got from Miss 80s Movies. And it's 20 questions about your soundtrack collection. So let's get straight in. Question number one. How many soundtracks do you own? I own about 800 between CDs and LPs. Don't listen to LPs anymore, so with the LPs it's probably about 850-ish. The first soundtrack you bought, that was Star Wars in 1978, which was the year that it came out in the UK. I bought that in Camberley in the south of England. I haven't played it for years. I think it's probably all stretched and wonky now, but it does have a certain sentimental value. That was my first ever soundtrack. My most recent purchase, Masada, the Entrada 4-disc released. First saw that in about 1981. Now I saw the film version of it, The Antagonists, which was a cut-down version of the mini-series. And I think the following year I saw the mini-series on BBC television. I recently bought it on DVD as well. It's still a great series. So that's my most recent purchase. Question number 4, my most listened to soundtrack. Probably that one, Air Force One, but there's loads of them. Rambo, First Blood Part 2, Hook, E.T., Star Trek the Motion Picture, brilliant stuff. Total Recall, listen to that all the time. Loads of others. You ask me again in 10 minutes and that choice will change. Question number 5. Soundtrack with the best opening track. All the Star Wars films. Superman, the movie. Capricorn 1, that dynamic main title. Boys from Brazil, the opening waltz. Star Trek the Motion Picture, Boom Boom. Great stuff. Question number 6, favourite film composer / score. My favourite film composer is Jerry Goldsmith, very closely followed by John Williams. Saw Jerry Goldsmith live here in Edinburgh in February 1999 on his 70th birthday concert that he did with the Royal Scottish National Orchestra. It was a wonderful evening. To see the guy live was just a dream come true for me. Favourite scores though, I've say it's same as some of the other choices I made. Star Trek the Motion Picture, E.T., Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, rather than Raiders. Controversial, but I love the Indy and Temple of Doom score. Love the film as well. It's probably my favourite Indiana Jones film. Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, 1941. Air Force One, just dozens of others. Movie with a lackluster film score. I hate these kind of questions because film musicals will be really bad for me to say something about it. And these aren't bad scores; they're just not something I'd listen to. But the two Captain America scores, Winter Soldier and Civil War, after Alan Silvestri's original score, which I love, Henry Jackman's scores I just find them a bit dull and uninvolving. I like Henry Jackman; he's done some great stuff. But those two scores just don't do it for me, unfortunately. Sorry, Henry. Score that was better than the film, Link. I bought Link on LP in about 1986-87, years and years before I actually saw the film. Loved the score. I thought listening to the score, the film's going to be awesome. Then I saw the film, and it wasn't. My favourite artwork. I had to think long and hard about. Well, I didn't think long and hard. I just picked an LP. But I loved the artwork for Explorers. I saw this artwork when I heard that Jerry Goldsmith was going to write the music for it, whenever it was, 85. And doesn't give anything away by that artwork, but it is lovely, lovely artwork. It's the mystery and the fact that it was a Joe Dante film and it had music by Jerry Goldsmith. Just the combination of those three, before I actually saw the film, I thought was wonderful. Enjoyed the film as well. Bit of a mess, but enjoyed it. And the score, great. I'm lost now. Album to be reissued. I missed out on La La Land's expanded edition of The Untouchables by Ennio Morricone. I would have loved to have got that now. To have got it then, but I missed out. And now it goes for silly prices on eBay and other places like that. But same as Birdman as well, my choices would be all the indie scores, all the Star Wars scores. I'd love to see some of the Bond scores as well. They did some expansions back in 2003, but I'd like to see some more. And La La Land have done some of David Arnold's brilliant expansions of his scores. Number 11, Best Bargain Bin Buy. Edward Scissorhands for £1. Danny Elfman. Question 12, soundtrack with your favourite band in it. Not really a band kind of guy. I'm just going to go the lazy route and agree with Daniel and say Queen, Flash Gordon and Highlander. Soundtrack with an actor from the film on the soundtrack release. I've chosen Michelle Pfeiffer singing the Untitled song Never Forget from Murder on the Orient Express, which had a score by Patrick Doyle. Haven't seen the follow-up yet, Death on the Nile, but looking forward to that. Soundtrack with the band in the movie. Again, not a band guy, so I would have chosen slightly differently to Daniel. Maybe the original Back to the Future had Huey Lewis in one scene. It's not really the band though. But John Barry and an orchestra did appear at the end of The Living Daylights. Does that count? Better. Question 15. Last movie watched that I have a soundtrack for. I bought War of the Worlds at the weekend on 4K. And I have the soundtrack to that, John Williams. By the way, War of the Worlds on 4K looks absolutely fantastic. Number 16, favourite record store day purchase. Not really a vinyl person, but a few years ago I did buy the vinyl re-release of The Empire Strikes Back. My original copy of it has been damaged over the years. It's falling to bits really. I'll never get rid of it because it's got sentimental value because I got that in 1980. And apparently the double album wasn't released here in the UK, but I've got it. But I bought a brand spanking new version of it. Exactly the same, but it's a mint copy. That's my excuse. What blind buy that was a win? What's a blind buy that was a win? I've put a couple here. I'm a huge fan of Richard Donner. And when Conspiracy Theory came out, I saw the CD. I can't remember where it was now, but I bought it. Carter Burwell. And it's a great little score. Film's not too bad either. But yeah, that was a win. Now this other one's a bit odd. I bought Cutthroat Island on CD before I'd actually seen the film, because I'd seen the trailer for the film and it looked brilliant, and I loved the music in the trailer, thinking that was the music in the film. I was wrong. The music in the trailer is the majority of it's from Army of Darkness by Joe LaDuca, which is a great score as well. But when I heard what John Debney had done with the London Symphony Orchestra, it was just stunning. When I eventually saw the film, not many people liked it, but I did. I thought it was just spectacular fun. And with that score, it just made my day. So that was 2 wins. Question 19, a soundtrack owned on multiple formats. Don't have many formats, mainly CDs these days, but I've got Star Wars A New Hope on CD, cassette and LP. Question number 20. Soundtrack you're always willing to listen to. I'm willing to listen to all my soundtracks. That's why I bought them. Apart from a couple of blind buys, but I've been lucky. Yeah, so Air Force One, Star Wars, Indy, Hook, Star Trek the Motion Picture, all the Star Treks, E.T., Total Recall, Masada, those ones I mentioned earlier on, of course, Explorers, all of them. I love listening to all of them. Now, there was a final question that I didn't write down about what was your most colourful thing? I don't know. But colour-wise, you can't beat the cover of the original LP of 1941. That's just stunning, isn't it? I remember buying that in 1987 at 58 Dean Street Records in London. But yeah, the bow tie is for Daniel at Soundtracks with Birdman. He wears his all the time, so I thought I'll follow his lead. But yeah, that's my 20 questions. I don't have anybody to nominate because I don't have any friends. I do. But yeah, that's my questions answered. That's it. Good day.